insane graphics, massive open worlds, and the most realistic gameplay ever. From intense shooters to deep RPG roleplay, these upcoming titles are set to redefine gaming. Whether you want to explore, fight, or create your own story, every mission intense, these games will blow your mind. And trust me, wait for our number 1 pick. Let's dive in. Burning Rubber at number 20. Urban Heat is a gritty 1.7 GB offline, open-world RPG shooting game available on Android and iOS. You'll race through neon-lit city streets, evade the cops, and customize your guns with performance parts and bold visuals. Its highlight fast-paced street chases combined with deep garage tuning make for addictive gameplay. On the downside, some gunplay feels repetitive and the city can get a bit samey after a while. Still, for anyone craving underground shooting RPG. At number 19. Sniper Elite 4 delivers intense World War II sniping with slow-mo kill cams and stealth tactics. The game weighs in at around 16.2 GB and is available on iOS, iPhone 15 Pro and newer and macOS devices. The good, it's a full console quality experience with stunning detail and smart AI. The downside, it's not available on most Android phones yet and needs powerful hardware to run smoothly. For fans of tactical shooters, this one's a brutal beauty, but only if your device can handle it right. Towering in at number 18. Bloodshed is a roguelike FPS weighing about 630 MB, available on Android devices and playable offline via APK. Players praise its non-stop survivor-style gunplay and satisfying pixel art for calling it addictive, fast-paced chaos. On the flip side, some critics mention it can feel repetitive and could use more variety in levels and UI polish. Still, for a slim yet brutal roguelite shooter, Bloodshed packs a serious punch with high-quality graphics. Everything you will get. Rolling in at number 17. Armed Conflict is a 1.7 GB modern FPS available on Android and iOS. Playable online, delivers intense team-based combat across varied maps, realistic 3D visuals, and fully customizable weapons, the kind that'll make you ditch other shooters. A strong interface and smooth play rival titles like CS Mobile. On the flip side, some users report occasional matchmaking issues and ads in the free version, but if you're chasing classic competitive firefights. Rolling in at number 16. Battlezone PvP FPS shooter is a 420 MB mobile FPS available on Android and iOS. Playable both online and offline against bots. Players praise its tight controls, varied game modes, and 30 weapon options. A solid pick for quick, tactical matches. On the flip side, it includes ads in the free version and some report occasional matchmaking imbalances. If you're after a compact, action-packed shooter with real depth, Battlezone delivers ultimate fun. Dropping into number 15. Payday Crime War is a 1.3 GB Android, approximately 85 MB app, approximately 800 MB extra data online co-op shooter on both Android and iOS. Its high points: authentic heist mechanics, signature masks and weapon customization, and solid tactical PvP action. On the flip side, optimization issues, choppy frame rates on lower-end devices, and heavy monetization, including loot boxes and pay-to-progress features that frustrate many players. Waves of undead blazing guns. Zombie Apocalypse Shootout burns in at number 14 as a gritty 500 MB offline zombie shooter on both Android and iOS. Players love its immersive post-apocalyptic vibe and chunky weapon upgrades. Call it survival mayhem done right. On the downside, the game forces ads between levels and has rumored progression roadblocks like missing resource gates that grind the endgame to a halt. Still, if you're hungry for raw, offline zombie carnage never ends. Dropping into number 13. Polywar is a 710 MB online multiplayer FPS available on Android and iOS. Playable entirely over the net, it delivers fast-paced PvP. Its smooth controls, a variety of free weapons, and a cartoony low-poly style that keeps performance high even on modest devices. Reviewers rave about its addictive, fast-paced chaos and consistent updates. On the downside, matchmaking can be unstable with occasional ranked queue issues and uneven skills across matches. Creeping into number 12. Dead Blood is a 1.2 GB offline Wild West zombie FPS on Android and iOS. It's praised for its crafting mechanics, diverse weapons from rifles to axes and bombs, and immersive frontier setting. Players love the deep gameplay loop and vivid world, calling it a solid survival shooter with stunning graphics. On the flip side, bugs, crash, and inventory limits have stopped some players cold. Still, for a mobile title with ambition and RPG shooting atmosphere on the go. At number 11, Monster Kill Shooter Gun Game is an offline, action-packed FPS weighing in at 100 megabytes available on Android. This game lets you battle against various monsters using modern weapons. Players appreciate its attention-grabbing graphics, real-time shooting animations, and the inclusion of alphabet lore monsters. However, some users have reported issues with enemy AI, stating that enemies sometimes can't be defeated, and that the guns feel ineffective against them despite these game run smooth. At number 10, American Marksman is a 295 megabytes offline hunting and adventure game available on Android and iOS. Players praise its realistic graphics, open-world exploration, and multiplayer hunting modes, offering a diverse experience from free-roaming hunts to helicopter missions. However, some users report issues with ads in the free version and occasional bugs. Despite these drawbacks, it remains a solid choice for hunting enthusiasts seeking an immersive mobile experience. Everything. At number 9, Stories 1 is an offline, action-packed FPS weighing in at 155.9 megabytes. Available on Android. Players praise its attention-grabbing graphics, real-time shooting animations, and the inclusion of alphabet lore monsters. However, some users have reported issues with enemy AI, stating that enemies sometimes can't be defeated, and that the guns feel ineffective against them despite these drawbacks. The game offers a free-to-play experience with offline capabilities, making it accessible for everyone. At number 8, Arena Breakout Lite is 800 megabytes tactical FPS available on Android. It offers immersive extraction-based combat, realistic gunplay, and dynamic weather effects. Players praise its console-quality visuals, deep loot system, and strategic gameplay. However, some users report performance issues on lower-end devices and limited graphics options in the Lite version. Despite these drawbacks, it's a solid choice for fans seeking a hardcore shooter experience on mobile with high-intense matches. Storming in at number 7, Cargo 800 is a 1.1 gigabytes online FPS shooter available on Android and iOS. Squad-based chaos awaits as you gear up and battle across global terrorist hotspots. Players love the crisp combat and optimization even on mid-tier phones. However, glitches like character flickering and confusing controls still pop up for some. Overall, it's a ruthless contender for mobile PvP fans with room to polish. Comes with high-resolution graphics so far into Android. Rolling in at number 6, Mad Squad is a 300 megabytes offline and online third-person squad shooter available on both Android and iOS. Blending PvP matches with PvE robot battles. Customize your squad of heroes with shields, speed boosts, drones, dive into modes like Battle Royale and Deathmatch, and enjoy polished 3D visuals and fast respawn action. On the downside, some controls feel awkward, and matchmaking can lag on older devices. Still, for squad-based shooter fans. Rising in at number 5, Lost Future Zombie Survival is a 2.1 gigabytes open-world survival shooter available on Android and iOS. Playable online with offline support via AppKit. Offers console-style graphics, a deep crafting system, and dynamic character switching mid-mission. Players love it as a TLOU-inspired mobile epic, but there are drawbacks: optimization issues on many devices, game-breaking bugs, and overly expensive in-app purchases. Lost Future delivers a powerful. Dropping into number 4, Resident Evil 3 Remake is a 31 gigabyte survival horror port available on iPhone 15 Pro or newer, iPad, and Mac. The graphics are truly console quality, and the killer AI and Nemesis chase scenes deliver tense, cinematic thrills, but it demands top-tier hardware, heats devices, and needs a big chunk of storage. Still, if you're ready for mobile horror on another level and have the gear, this one's a masterpiece with great visual effects to explore every time. Claiming the top spot at number 3, Resident Evil Village is a 1.4 gigabytes offline survival horror now available on Android via unofficial emulators at EpicPlayz and officially iOS iPados for devices with the A17 Pro or M series chip. The graphics and AI are console quality, delivering intense chase sequences and terrifying atmosphere. Just be aware it needs high-end hardware and strongly favors controller use, as touchscreen can feel cramped and controls are finicky sometimes. Dropping in at number 2, Call of Duty Mobile is a massive 3.2 for game base install around 3 GB, inflating to 12 to 14 GB with extra maps modes. HD packs available on Android and iOS. It nails console quality gameplay, multiple modes like multiplayer, BR and zombies, and tons of customization. Players frequently complain about its storage, and you'd better stay organized still for a fully featured FPS that stays fresh with seasonal updates. Taking the crown at number 1, Delta Force Hawk Ops brings back classic tactical shooter vibes with modern flair powered by Unreal Engine 5. It features intense PvP battles, team-based missions, and a strong military campaign mode with a size around 3.5 GB. It's available on Android only right now. Visuals are stunning, but be ready for some steep competition. And hey, for more fire games like this kind of thrill, hit subscribe and join EpicPlayz for more heart-pounding mobile games, where the hype never ends.